Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
We'll start with the same topic, arithmetic progression, which we started yesterday.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Okay, so I'll just share my screen.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning.
Why you stick with me?
Can you see this screen, children? Yesterday we were we had started doing the questions and the time got over. So today we are going to continue with the same thing. All of you must have written this formula, which is shown in purple. Tn, that is specific term, is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, right? So this formula you all have written in the notebook. Yeah, okay. So this was our first question where we had to prove that the given sequence or the series is an AP. Then we had to calculate the 15th term of the series, and then we had to find out the general term. So there were three parts in the question. So first part was done by finding out the differences between two consecutive terms, and we had checked out for at least uh, 3-4 terms. So after getting the difference of three consecutive terms, that is a2 minus a1, a3 minus a2, and a4 minus a3, all of them the differences were 2. So hence we can say that the given sequence is an AP. The difference between all the consecutive terms is same, so it is called as common difference also. Now second part of the question was
Ma'am, I'm to ask.
that you had to find out the 15th term. So for that we applied the formula. This was the formula, Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Tn we had to calculate, somewhere Tn will be written as an. So that is one and the same thing. So Tn is equal to a was 3, n was 15, and that means my position which I want is 15th position. I want to find out which number is sitting at the 15th position. So 15 minus 1, and common difference was 2. After calculating, we got the number 31. So basically 31 was sitting at the 15th place. Then we had to find out the general term. So general term, again we will apply the same formula, Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into 2. Now when they say general term, we assume our general term to be the nth term. So you will put the values, number values of a and d, but you will keep your n as it is. So a plus n minus 1 into d becomes 3 plus n minus 1 into 2. And after simplifying and opening the bracket, we get general term as 2n plus 1. And I told you the utility also of this, that if you have the general term, then what do? You have to calculate any specific term. You just put that place in place of n. Let's say if I want to calculate the 8th position number, so in place of n I'm going to just put 8, and 2 into 8 plus 1 will be 17. So 17 will be there on the 8th place. So that is the importance of the general term.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
I actually have a doubt. Can you scroll up for a minute?
Scroll up. Okay.
Yes, the first part.
Yeah.
So instead of writing all these statements, I just wrote that a is equal to 3, a2 is equal to 5, a3 is equal to 7, and then took the common difference of all of these terms, and all came as 2. So then I wrote it as like it is an AP.
But unless and until you are giving them some names, See,
Like,
here it is
total is
simply
A1.
subtracting. So you have to tell, I mean, first is proving. So unless and until you tell them that this is the first term, this is the second term, it will just take, I mean, two more lines to add. But you have to be specific. So I would say that if you don't want to name them separately, you just include them in this sentence only. Everything is included. See, second term minus first term, A2 minus, after that you write A2 minus A1, and after that quickly you subtract. So in one line only you just show the difference. Then, but you have to show minimum 3 differences, like A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2, and A4 minus A3. Because you see here they have given us 5 terms. So at least 3 differences you need to show. And instead of writing this first term of the given sequence, second term of the given sequence, you simply write A1, A2, A3. Write, don't write a common difference, because that is what you need to prove. That since the difference is common, that is why we can say that the term, that the sequence is AP. So don't write D is equal to 2 initially. Okay, you have to prove the thing. So instead of writing sentences, you can just name them and then do the subtraction thing, and then write therefore D is equal to 2. Are you getting
And
what?
can I just turn off my camera for a minute? I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to get water.
yeah. Okay, we move on to the second one. This is your second question. Which term of the sequence is 126? Now he has given you the sequence, or he has already given you that sequence is AP, and he is asking you that on which place this 126 number will be sitting. So you have again written first term is 6, second term is 11, third term is this. So instead of writing this, you can simply write A and 1, A1. Again here A2. Again over here A3. Like that you can write. After giving them name, what you will do? Next you will find out the difference. That means A2 minus A1. A2 minus A1.
Ma'am, I did not understand what you've done with the second term and the third term.
What have I done with the?
Ma'am, the second term of sequence and third term I'm not understanding. A3 and A2.
Can you see this sequence?
Yes,
Which
ma'am.
number is the first number?
6.
6. So that is first term. Which is the second one?
11.
So that is what I have written. Second term, I have given it a name, A2. I have given a name to the third term, A3.
Okay, ma'am.
So now you will be subtracting to get the common difference. So here, why have I given the name? Because I want to do A2 minus A1. And similarly, here I'm doing third term minus second term. So A3 minus A2. 16 minus 11, and fourth term minus third term. So you have to do it 3-4 times. A4 minus A3. All of them preceding and succeeding terms, and always the term which is afterwards will be written first and then the preceding term. Always you will follow this only and not the other way around. Now you see all are 5. First difference is 5. Second is also 5. And third is also 5. So see, all differences are 5 only. So that means the sequence is an AP. So basically what they have done is, see over here, they have not mentioned the name of the sequence. So first, if they don't mention the name, that means you need to check and find out. It doesn't happen, but sometimes it might happen that the sequence is only not AP. So then you will not be able to apply the formula of AP. So first we need to be sure. So if the question is like this, where they are not telling you that it is an AP, you please find out the common differences, the difference between the terms, and then check whether the differences are same or not. If they are same, then the given sequence is AP. So you will say like this. See the sentence. They have told since the difference is common difference is 5, so the given sequence is AP. Now I'm going to move forward. Now he's asking which at which place this 126 will be sitting. So let it be the nth term of the sequence. So an or tn is equal to 126. You apply the formula of an or tn. Tn or an is 126, a is 6, n we have to calculate, and d is 5. After opening the bracket, this 5 will get multiplied with both of them. So it will become 5n minus 5. 6 minus 5 is plus 1. So 5n plus 1 is equal to 126. And after that, you will transpose. 5n is equal to 126 minus 1. So n is equal to 25. So that means 126 is sitting at the 25th position in the sequence. So this is one type which you might get in the exercise. So please note it down. So here they had given you the value of the term and they were asking the position. Position is n. Value is tn in the formula. Please note down. Done? Are we done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's move on to the different kind where he's asking you find the 17th term of the AP. Now here children, they have already given you that it is arithmetic progression. So you will not have to do that step where you are actually finding out whether the sequence is AP or not. Unlike the previous question where they did not mention the name AP. See which term of the sequence they're simply telling you. Here they are telling you find the 17th term of the AP. So it is already sure that whatever series you have, it's an AP series. So the given arithmetic progression is we always generally write the short form AP and not the full thing. So AP is 31, 25, 19, 13 and dot dot. They have not given us a finite series. Okay, first term is 31. Second term is 25. So common difference is second term minus first term, which is again equal to A2 minus A1. Similarly, you don't have to find out the common difference. You just do it for one pair only, A2 minus A1, because they have already given us that it is an arithmetic progression. So remaining differences will also be same. Okay, so only do this part, just this one, and not the next two steps. After that, you write therefore common difference of the given sequence D is equal to, right, D is equal to small d is equal to minus 6. Now I have to find the 17th term.
Ma'am,
So I know, yes.
to find the common difference, do we have to write all these statements because it's too time consuming? Like we have to write second term minus first term, then A2
No,
minus
that is
A1.
what I'm saying. You just write this now.
Okay.
This one. A2 minus A1. Okay. Now 17th term. Again, I applied the formula. T17 is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. A is actually A1 over here. That is your first term. You see, The sequence is 31, 25, 19. It's a descending sequence. And that is why in a descending sequence, your common difference will always be a negative one, because your numbers are decreasing, right? So the second number will be smaller than the first. The third number will be smaller than the second. So it is a descending series. Always in a descending series, you will get a negative common difference. In an ascending series, you will get a positive common difference. Okay, so put the values of A, N, and D. A is 31, N is 17, and D is -6. Be very careful because your common difference is a negative term. When you will multiply this -6 with this answer, 17 minus 1 is 16. So finally it becomes 31 plus 16 into -6. So you get 31 minus 96, which is -65. So 17th term of this AP is actually -65. Hello, ma'am, I'm taking the class after the class. I will just see it afterwards, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you scroll a little bit up? Ma'am, ma'am, above. Yes, ma'am.
Done? Yes, children, done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I will give you certain questions which are based on this, and then we will move ahead. So I will just share another screen.
Ma'am, we have to do it on our own, that questions.
Yeah, initially you will try to do it on your own, and then, okay. So can you see this presentation, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now this is another kind which I'm going to display. This is a question slightly different than the previous one. So it is saying the fourth and the 10th terms of an AP are 13 and 25 respectively. find its first term, common difference, CD is common difference, and 17th term. So let the first term be A, I have assumed, and the common difference be D. So now I have applied the formula of this specific term, which is Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Now I've been given that fourth term is 13, if you can see on your screen. In the question, fourth term is 13 and 10th term is 25. So I have just put the value of T4, put the value of N, and A and D I don't know because they have not given me the series. This is equation number 1. Equation number 2 you will get by putting the value of 10th term, that is 25, and the value of N, that is 10. So second equation is 25 is equal to A plus 9D. So you can see I have numbered them as 1 and 2. Now what will happen is I will just solve these two equations like simultaneous linear equation. You have done it in grade 9. Simultaneous linear equations, there are two variables x and y, and we solve both the equations together and get the values of variables. Here in place of x and y, the variables are a and d. So what I have done is I have simply subtracted equation 1 from 2. So
Excuse me, ma'am.
side will be subtracted from left and right will be subtracted from right. So left is 25 minus 13, right is a plus 9d in one bracket minus a plus 3d in another bracket. When you will open the bracket, the signs of the second bracket will change. And finally you will get 9d minus 3d is 6d. A and minus a will cancel and d is equal to 12 upon 6, which is 2. Yes, who was?
Ma'am, it was Akshat. Ma'am, I'm actually switching my device. It's okay if you admit me again a bit later.
You are?
Switching my device.
Switching my device means?
Ma'am, for now I'm using a laptop. I'm gonna use my phone now. So it's okay if you admit me again in a minute.
Okay. So now d is equal to 2. Now equation 1 is 13 is equal to a plus 3d. So 13 is equal to a plus 3 into 2, which is 6. So a is equal to 7. This is how we get the value of a and d. And once you have got the value of a and d, you can always calculate. So your first term is done, your common difference is done. Now you have to find out the 17th term. So please find out the 17th term by
How common difference is done?
huh?
How common difference is done?
How common difference? Can you see the value of d? Yes, Sid.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So just pay attention. Now please find out the value of 17th term yourself.
I'm 39. A 17.
Okay, let's see. We have a is equal to 7 and d is equal to 2. So I will just do it. So T17 what is the value of a? Yes, children? What is
7.
7.
7? So I put 7. What will I put in place of n?
16.
In place of n?
Sorry, no, the n minus 1, it will be 16.
No, tell me just n.
17.
So you
17.
have to show the step, children. Why directly 16 you will write? You have to first show that you are going to calculate the value of the 17th term. So first logical step is you please put 17 minus 1. What is D?
2.
2. Now it is simple. Right? So this
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
number which is sitting at the 17th place. Now since you know the first term, which is 7, you know the common difference, which is 2. So you can even find out, sometimes they also tell you to find out the series. So you can do it. Your second term will be 7 plus 2, isn't it? Which is equal to 9.
Yes.
This will be your second term. Then your third term will be 9 plus 2, which is equal to 11, which is your third term. Then your fourth term will be again 11 plus 2, which is equal to 13, which is the fourth term. And after finding out 4 to 5 terms, you can write down the series. Therefore, arithmetic progression is, start from the first term. Please switch off your audios. Is 7, 9, then 11, 13, and dot dot dot. So this is your sequence. If they ask you, if they don't ask you, then you stop here. Please note it down quickly. Done? Yes, children, done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's move on to the next question. So this is the next question. Is 56 a term of the AP 7, 10, 13, 16? And please try to do it on your own. Ayush, your video is switched off. Kanchan, yours also. Piyush.
Ma'am, it's not a term.
Please do this question.
Ma'am, it's not a term.
It is?
Not a term.
It is not the term. Okay, how can you say that? What have you done?
Ma'am, we can just we find D in this, like with these three. So 3, and then we take the difference between 16 and 56. The last term they have given in this, so it's 40, and 40 is not a multiple of 3. So that way,
So here, which numbers are multiple of 3? I don't see any number multiple of
no
3.
ma'am, not like that. Like the difference, since the common difference is 3, so it means that like the increase should be multiple of 3.
Not multiple of 3. The next term should have a difference of 3.
No, not the next term, not the
It
next
should be
term. Like
divisible by 3. Like 7 and
the
13, difference
the
is 6, so it's divisible by 3. 7 and 16, difference is 9, so it's divisible by 3.
3, like that.
Similarly, difference between 56 and 7 would be 49, which is not divisible by 3.
Yeah.
Is that so? Is it? I mean, this is.
It works out like that.
Okay. Okay. Who's answering? I think Aditya, and who else was there?
Dhruv.
Dhruv. No, that is not the correct logic
Dhruv.
behind it.
Ma'am, can you use the formula and do it?
Yes, you have to use the formula and do it, and not that way.
Yes, ma'am.
Done? Okay, tell me one thing. How are we going to, by using the formula actually, how are you going to apply that formula and find out whether 56 is a term or not?
Ma'am, we'll calculate the 5th term, 6th term, 7th term, and if it doesn't come then
You will calculate, it's 56, so that means you will keep calculating till the time you reach number and 50s, and then finally find out what if I give you number like 1000, you will keep adding only common difference and whole 3 hours will go in that.
We can also do it like we can take an as 56, an as
Ma'am,
an as
56.
an as 56, and then we have to find n. If n is like a whole number, then it's
Ma'am, I did it like that.
it's a part of
If
this AP.
Very
you
good,
find-
excellent. That is how it is to be done. That is how it is to be done.
ma'am, I'm
Ma'am,
not
56
understanding.
is equal to 7
Look here.
plus n minus
Yes,
1.
yes. We will use the formula. Now look here. The question is asking whether 56 is there in the series or not. So what you will write is, you will write A, you will write the value of D. They have already told you that it's an AP. So you will just find out second term minus first term, which is 3. You will assume that let 56 be sitting at the nth position. Apply the formula Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. 56 is equal to 7 plus n minus 1 into D. After solving this, you will get n as a fractional. If you are getting n as a fractional value, which I am getting over here, so that means that 56 is not a term of the series, because n is the position of the number. First place, second place, and position or place cannot be fractional. It has to be some whole number, isn't it? Because the place where 56 is sitting, it has to be a whole number. N indicates the position of all number. So here the position itself is coming as fractional. So no place can be a fractional number. That is why you will say that therefore 56 is not a term of the given series.
But won't the other way also work, like dividing it by the common difference? I mean, it's not like you are using a formula, but it's still using some logic to get the answer.
What you are simply dividing 56 by 3. That is what you're saying?
No, ma'am.
Yes.
No, like the difference between the
The
first
common
term and the
difference.
term given.
One by one. I can't make you what you're saying. Just one child at a time.
You speak.
Okay. So like we subtract the nth term which the term which is 56 minus the first term, so we'll get 49, and we just divide it by the common difference. I mean, that's not by using a formula, but it's still some logic to find the answer.
Last term minus first term.
I mean the term
Nth term minus first term.
n term minus first term. So here it will be 56 minus 7, and then just divide it by common difference.
But why did you divide by common difference?
Because the difference
Because
between each number.
ideally, if the answer was yes, let's say ideally if the answer was yes, then 56 minus the term which was behind before 56, that should have been subtracted. No, why first term was subtracted?
Ma'am, like it's like since the first term plus the second term minus the first term gives you 3. The third term minus second term gives you
So they are
3.
consecutive terms, right?
They are consecutive terms and they have the like same common difference. So like if we see, then 7 plus 2 times 3 gives you 13. So there's 2 times the common difference. So that way if we do, so if we get the
But
common difference.
when you are doing this A and A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, that time you know the places of these terms. But 56, you don't know the place.
Ma'am,
We
we
don't
don't,
need the place.
but we don't
Here
need
we
to
need
find
the
the
value.
place.
Here we're not taking the place, we're only taking the value. We're
Value.
taking 7, not 1. It's taking 56, the value of whatever n term it is. If it is or if it is not, that doesn't matter. So we're taking the term minus the value of the first term,
Why the
not the
value
number
of
of
that
terms.
means for every, 16 minus 7 you are using, but first term is only, when you find out the difference, we find out the difference between the consecutive term and not any term from the
Ma'am,
first term.
but it's like similar to the formula. Since you're like 56 minus 7, that's what we were doing, and then dividing it by 3. So like
so
we minus it and we get 49.
then you
But
have to
14,
explain the logic. See, what you are doing and what I am doing is I am taking the help of the formula. So you don't need to, explain your step. But here, if you are not using the formula, but you're using your logic, then that logic itself will take 2 sentences to explain. Are you getting my point? Straight away here, only one line of explanation will be there, that since n is not a whole number, therefore 56 is not the term of the given series. But you are also using the same, but you're not using the formula. So I think that either
Ma'am, the n that they get in the end is 49 upon 3, but by solving it with the formula, we get 52 upon 3. So the n is different.
and plus lot of explanation you'll have to do. So it's better that you go straight and you go this way. Whenever this kind of question is there, that they ask you about a particular number, whether it is a term of the given series or not, it is always depending on the value of n. If n is a positive whole number, then your answer will be yes. And if it is not, then your answer will be a no, clear no. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. This is your next question. Which term of the AP 45, 42, 39, 36 is the first negative term?
minus 3.
Which term of the AP is the first negative term? Please try to understand what the question is asking and then you apply the formula. Till now you have learned only two formulae. One is the last term formula and another one is a specific term. I mean, when we are actually finding out a particular term from the end, that formula you have learned and TN formula you have learned. So only those two formulas will be applicable. I mean, TN formula will be applicable.
-3.
-3. What is -3?
The first negative term of AP.
13th term, not the value. We need the term.
They are asking you which term is the first negative term, means he is asking the place of that term. On which place will the first negative term come?
Ma'am,
And then they will ask you find the value also. I mean, that can be the second part. So here you see that the series is descending. That means numbers are decreasing. So finally you will reach a stage where your negative number will start. So he's asking you the position.
Ma'am, I did it in think a little different way, but I got the answer.
Aditya, I don't mind different way, but your answer should be, I mean,
I use the formula though.
correct answer. Secondly, you need to give explanation if you are doing it any other way. So since
No, I
I'm
use the formula only.
physically your steps, so I will, in that case, I mean, I will not be able to tell you how correct or incorrect you are. Because once I see the solution in the notebook, then only I can tell you that, okay, this needs to be included, or you can, I mean, I can guide you nicely. But here, whatever you tell me, I try to gauge whether it is correct or not. So just,
I use the formula only.
Ma'am,
The
first
only thing
negative
is,
term is 16th term.
ma'am,
done.
Ma'am, it's 16th term.
17th term.
Let's see. Let's see. I will now show you the answer. A is 45, D is 42 minus 45, that is -3. Here your common difference is a negative distinct because your series is a descending series. Now for the, I will assume let at the nth place the term should be a negative term. So that means the value of that term should be less than 0, isn't it? If that term is a negative term, it has to be less than 0. Then you apply the formula of Tn, a plus n minus 1 into d less than 0. Now this is in equation we are solving. You have already done this in equation, so you will be aware of the rules of an equation. You put the value of a, put the value of d, n you don't know because n you need to calculate. 45 minus 3n plus 3. Why minus 3n plus 3? Because minus 3 gets multiplied with n minus 1. So you get minus 3n plus 48. How 48? 45 plus 3 is 48. Is less than 0. Minus 3n is less than minus 48. And now you see over here the inequality changed. And remember the rules. When we, now both sides I have got minuses. So I have to get the value of plus n. So that means I have to make this left side plus. So I will multiply it with -1, but I can't do it on one side only. Whatever I am doing, whether it is inequation or it is equation, I have to do it on both the sides. So if I multiply left side with -1, I have to multiply the right side also with -1. So what will happen? These two will become positive, but because you are multiplying it with a negative quantity, the inequality sign will change. Remember when we did inequations, I told you multiplying or dividing with negative number, your inequality changes, it reverses. So 3n is greater than 48, n is greater than 48 by 3, which is n is greater than 16. That means till 16th the term is not negative. Till 16th place the term is not negative. The 17th term will be the first negative term because n has to be greater than 16, and the only possible value which n can have is after 16 is 17 because n has to be a whole number.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
Ma'am, can we not do it like taking an is equal to 0, since we have to find the first negative number, so it will come after 0. So then we find n for 0, and it can even be like in points, but then the next whole number will be the first negative number, like that.
Tn, that means you will find out when is Tn is equal to 0.
Yeah, no, the term when a is like the term 0 is which term's value is 0. Most probably it will come in points,
That
but the
means
next
you
whole
are
number will
asking,
be the
you
first
are
negative.
basically doing that which term will be equal to 0 and then what will be the first negative term, right? Because this you will be, instead of in equation, you will be putting a equal to sign between Tn and 0, right?
Yes, ma'am.
No, you cannot do that because we don't know whether 0 is a member of the series or not. So how can I say that term should be equal to 0?
No, ma'am, we can like just assuming that like we have to find 0 is a, if 0 is a part of this or no. So like we calculate the position of 0, and then the next whole.
How do you know that 0 will be the part of the series?
But most like that's what I said. Most probably it's not a part, and so like the value of 0 will be in points. So like 16.25, something like that, and then the next.
No. When 0 is not, whether I am sure, I mean, I'm not sure whether 0 is the part of the series or not, then why would I start with that? I will not start with that when I'm not sure. But definitely I know one thing, that series is descending. So there will be a stage that negative terms will start coming in the series. So this which I have written with my pink pen is definitely going to be there, that my term, sum of the term will be less than 0. But term is equal to 0, I'm not sure. I will not, take that condition only. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now tell me, till now whatever I have explained in this chapter, is it clear? Everything is clear?
Yes.
I'll just stop sharing. Everything is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Because
Yes, ma'am.
tomorrow I'm going to introduce you to a different formula, which is sum of n terms. That is a plan for tomorrow, and there will be some complex questions which we are going to do, where they will not give you the values of the term. They will talk in terms of mth term, nth term, pth term, pth term. So those kind of questions I'm going to solve in front of you. So they will be little difficult to understand, but those kind of questions come in the exam in AP. So we will do those kind of questions, and another formula which is sum of n terms I'm going to introduce. Okay. And till now, this is our sixth chapter, right? We started with probability, then we did linear inequation, then we did quadratic equation, problems on quadratic equation, banking, and this is the sixth one, right? So start preparing.
Fifth.
Yeah, who's this?
This is
And fifth one.
Huh?
1, 2,
Fifth chapter, no?
This is the sixth chapter.
which is going
We
on.
have done banking also. This is the sixth chapter. So start preparing for your assessments. Very soon I'm going to take the assessments also, and let me see how to take it. It will be most probably it will be online test which you will be appearing for. So start preparing. At least first 4 chapters, just be prepare them thoroughly. Do all the questions which are given in the exercise in your textbooks. Okay, additional worksheet I'll keep uploading. Understood? So today's class is over, and tomorrow I'm going to see you again. Okay, so have a nice day, children.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You do, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.